Hello again, and welcome back to episode 3 on All the Mods Free Remix. I'm Ortho, and let's get started. So, in between episodes, I have done quite a bit, actually, over on the river. I've got some clay, got some sand, got some gravel, and we can make that into grout. And where's all my cobblestone gone? Okay, I've got a bit. I've also been to the mining dimension, although I didn't mind very much there. I was mostly looking for coal and a little bit more iron. The coal, just to run these puppies, because when we make our, well, I may have went a bit, I may have gone a little bit overboard on the grout, if I'm honest, but on the ingredients for the grout anyway. I don't normally do quite this much, but it means I won't have to faff about. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't quite mean to do that, in case you couldn't tell. And coal. I only actually need 8 in each of these, but if I put 16 in, then there'll be 8 left when I'm done. And I also, while I was there, completely ran out of torches and ended up mining in the dark. So let's make some more of those. I've got a bit more wood here. 4, should make me 64 sticks. And this should make me 4 stacks of torches. Boom. Never have too many torches. And I really ought to make a door. Come to think of it. Useful things, doors. They keep monsters out. It slightly annoys me that the recipe makes 3. And you should always place the door from the outside, because that means you can stand in here and see out, rather than the monsters being able to stand in that bit and attack you. Or something like that. I don't know, piece of advice I was given years ago. Might have been good advice, might have been bad advice. So, we still need to go back to the mining dimension and do some proper mining, but you might notice the other thing I ran out of while out mining. I wasn't just mining in the dark. I also broke my pickaxe. My last pickaxe. So the first thing I need to do before I go back in there is obviously make myself a new pick. But of course, I'm not going to make myself a boring stone pick again. In this, I'm going to make myself a tinker's pick. I would love to make it out of metal, but until this lot is done and we can make ourselves a smeltery, it'll need to be out of something else. Probably stone or maybe flint. But let's start with the basics. You can't make a pick without a tool rod, and at this level of the game, oops, not that one, tool rods are nearly always made of wood. Next will be our binding, and it's a pick. I've not got any metal to use. I don't really want the damage. I could make it out of, if I'm going to make the head out of flint, then I probably want to make this out of cobble to make it cheaper to repair. That's what the cheap modifier gives you. Basically, it means it takes less material to repair the tool. Flint, no, it's probably going to take 2. Well, I don't know, it might take 3. I know, I can never remember. It'll take 2. And for some reason, slight bug, doesn't show up until you put that back in. There we go. Flint pickaxe head. Obviously, as soon as I've got the smeltery up, I'm going to replace that with iron or maybe bronze if I can find some tin in the mining dimension. Need to check whether bronze is actually better than iron. It used to be. Alright, what am I going to call my pick this time? I always used to name it after the material, but since I'm going to keep changing the material, I do always... let's call it Pikachu. I don't know, it's not... it's probably not. Feel free to despair at my choice of names. Oh! One other thing that happened to me on the way back from the river. I was accosted by some skeletons. But that did give me bones. So I can make a bone tool rod to repair my... no, not that one. No, not repair, sorry. Replace the tool rod in my mattock, which will put its attack up to 7.66. So, makes it a bit better. But that will stop it from auto-repairing, so I will also take one of these flints and repair it. And put the other one back. And this stone axe can't be repaired. So, meh. Right, let's see how our grout's coming along. Yeah, that's enough to be going on with. So, a smeltery. If it's going to be in here, I'm not going to make a huge one. I might... oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it outside. Oh, it's getting dark. I'm going to sleep. What do we think? Smeltery outside or inside? Let's put it just over here. Have it outside. Why not? Might have some things wander into it, but... so the first thing we're going to need is some seared bricks. Nice and easy. And let's just make a good number of them. I always like making 3x3 smelteries. I know you can make bigger ones now, or other sizes, whatever. But the advantage of a 3x3 is you can just shift-click stuff into it and then pour it out in block form. So easy. Sky of beginning. That will be a Britannia flower. Yep. Oh, I love Britannia. Not done it. Not done anything with it in ages. I might have to do a bit of Britannia. I don't know. Let me see if you'd like to see. Let me see. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I don't know. There are so many mods in this pack. I don't know which ones to do. You know, Britannia's one I've done a bit of before. There's loads of mods in here that I've never touched, so I am very much open to suggestions. Let's put the controller here and a seared tank there. I'll need to make those. Which I will need glass, of course. So sand and some coal. So smeltery. 6 smelting factor. Smeltery controller. Oh, nice and simple. We will also need some smeltery drains. Let's make 2 of them to start with. And we'll need a seared tank, for which we need a single piece of glass. So, one smeltery controller, one seared tank, and then on the second layer I'm going to have my drains. And I probably shouldn't have put this here. It'll be fine. And that, I think we'll do for now. We just need some lava. But I have a feeling I've seen some. There it is. Ooh. Yeah. I'm not sure that's what I'm not sure that's the one I saw. I thought I saw a tree on fire over here. There it was. But that looks like a better bet to me. It's over near where we over near where we spawned in. That's clearly well, it looks to me like a service lava pool. Although there were a lot of those in the mine dimension as well, but since we spawned underneath them, I'm not relishing the thought of digging up to them. Maybe if we made another one of these up on the top of the hill, it might help. Or maybe it spawned me underground because I made the portal underground. Interesting thought. Which didn't really occur to me before. Maybe if I made one out here, it would spawn me on top. Perhaps something to test later. But for now, the other reason I do still actually have enough iron to make a bucket. Is there a sort of tank? A simple portable tank that I could make? Pressure, advanced rocketry. That sounds like it might be a little bit yep, that's a bit too complicated. Something a bit simpler. Blood tank sounds a little... mechanism. Redstone. I don't have any redstone. Portable tank from thermal expansion. Copper... glass. We can do copper and glass. And redstone. Okay, no. So, I think if we just... I did pick up some iron ore. A bit more iron ore. So, if I smelt another 2 bits... these are done. So if I turn this into some tiny coal... then I can take 2 buckets and it will just be a little bit less wasteful. And I have plenty of seared bricks to expand my smeltery if I so desire a bit later. I could probably make a second one. Actually, no, that's not quite enough. Oh. Well, that one isn't really finished, is it? Because I still need to make 2 of these. And probably 2 of these, and since I've got the spare stuff, 2 of them. Okay, and of course, my bucket. Let's start with 1 of each, and I'll just put the spare ones here. Okay. So I need to go find some lava. What time of day is it? 7:26. Have we got time? Where have I got to go? I'm here. There's quite a big hill in the way. I've got to get all the way to there. I am definitely not going to make it there and back before nightfall. That's a pity. So, what I'm going to do is just do a cut here until nightfall. Okay, we've had a sleep. It is now morning. And let's go find us some lava. So I've got my buckets. And oh, wait a minute. I was thinking while I was sitting there waiting for it to become daytime that I should, if I see any sheeps, I should get some more wool. If I'm really lucky, well, it's a bit much to hope that I'll find a blue sheep, but I might find some way of dyeing them blue that doesn't involve digging deep enough to get lapis. Oh, maybe I'll even get lapis, but so there are blue plants around in the modern version, even a modded Minecraft. And that would let us make a sleeping bag. And yes, the lava should be just down here. Actually, that's a lot closer than I thought it was. I might have made it. Oh well. Done it now. Do I have any blocks to put in here? Yes. Dirt. Oh. Ah, cobblestone. I'd rather use that. Hot stuff. Okay. 2 buckets of lava. No sheeps though. Sorry cow, but you are looking quite tasty right now. As are you. Okay. Let's head back and put this lava in our smeltery. Oh, wait a minute. Don't need to take it inside, because the smeltery is right here. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Lava in smeltery. The iron ore is in here. Copper ore, iron ore. There's only 11, but that will turn into 22 once we smelterize it. Aluminium, brass. How do we make that? Alloying, aluminium and copper. Okay, so we can make aluminium brass. But for the moment, I'm gonna just put in 9 anyway. For reasons. Until I've actually made some aluminium brass. I'm also going to make a brick. For reasons that are much simpler and easier to explain. That coal needs to go in the bottom slot. And that is all to do with making an ingot cast. So I need copper and I need aluminium, but I don't think I've actually mined any. Easy enough to fix, because there was some right out here. Which we passed on the way back from getting lava. Ooh, some more copper as well. Okay. I get that on the way back. Here we go. Aluminium. Fortunately, aluminium brass is a lot easier to make than it used to be. I think it may have been called aluminium bronze before. Well, I say a lot. It's definitely easier to make than it used to be, I'm sure. It used to be what in modern days we call a bit of a faff. But now it's just copper and aluminium, so. Especially because aluminium used to be really difficult to find. I don't know why. It was a really rare spawn, and you only really needed it for this one thing. No, also for a weird ore that was the only way of breaking manulin before... No, breaking cobalt and ardite before making tools out of them. Oh, it was... Or something. I don't remember. Where am I going? Yes, I've got some aluminium. Hopefully I've got enough. Oh, I've got 8. Okay, that should be enough. I could talk to myself for days. I really could. So the reason I put 9 iron in is because you can cast it out in 2 blocks. Basically. The reason I made this not as a 3x3 is that is 9. If I had more iron in my inventory and I just shift clicked it in, then it would put in 18 blocks, which would cast out into 4 blocks. 18. Or, which would turn into 36 ingots, which would cast out into 4 blocks, leaving no ingots left over. So 3 to 1. One, two, three, 1. Jeezy peasy. Now, where was my brick? So, the brick, to make a cast of anything, you need to put something of the right shape on the casting table and pour over clay, aluminium brass, or gold. Clay has a problem. You make a one-time cast. As soon as you pour into it, the cast is destroyed. Gold or aluminium brass are make casts that can be reused. We don't have any gold, and also you use 2 gold per cast, whereas aluminium brass you only use 1. But more importantly, right now we have the stuff to make aluminium brass. And importantly, when you make a cast, the thing you use to make it from is used up. So at the moment, if I were to use an iron ingot to make it, I'd lose the iron ingot. But if I use a brick, I still lose the brick. I'm just less worried about it. So now if I do end up with a couple of ingots of something left over in there, I'm less worried about it. Okay, and I think, yeah, we got a bit of time left. So let's make a pickaxe head. I think an iron pickaxe head. I can't make a brass one, which I think would be slightly better because we don't have any tin. Copper one isn't as good. So the way to make... So I need to make a cast. As I said, you just need something the right shape, and it will be used up. In general, stone tools aren't very good, but stone parts are great for making casts from. I probably could have used a... Well, I mean, I could have used a seared stone brick, obviously, but that would be foolish. I could have left that iron in there and done all that, but I didn't. It's going to take 2... Actually, it's going to take 2 iron ingots to do that. I may as well just put 1 iron ore in. And that will turn into 2 ingots, which will go out. Notice I've used 250 millibuckets of my 2 buckets of lava. 1,000 millibuckets is 1 bucket. Oh wait, is 1 bucket? No. Yeah, no, it's 2 buckets I put in. Yeah. It gets a bit more complicated when you're talking about buckets and ingots. For instance, if I do that, that 6 ingots is 864 millibuckets. I think it's something like 144 millibuckets to an ingot, but it might not be. In the smeltery, you can have multiple things in there. You have to be a bit careful because anything that will alloy, if you put them in there together, they will start alloying. I happen to know that aluminium, brass, and iron won't form an alloy with each other, so it's safe to put them in the smeltery together. But yeah, if you don't know that, be careful what you put in there. It is getting dark, so I'm going to have one more sleep before I put this pickaxe together. And I need my tool station. So, as I said earlier, you can replace any of the parts in your tool. So I'm going to take my trusty Pikachu, and you see, it's quite handy. Because it's got this wooden tool rod to make it ecological. It's only got 9 XP. I didn't do a huge amount of mining, obviously. I can replace its head with this iron one just by putting it in there like that. And there we go. One iron pickaxe. Right, with my new pick, I'm going to empty my inventory of detritus. Take some of the stuff that I will need. Oh, my glass is done. Let's make some tiny coal. Do glass in here, perhaps. Yep, that works. And once my food is cooked up, I'm going to head back to the mining dimension and go on a little mining trip. And generally just stock up on a few ores. I might even see if I can dig my way up to the surface without coming up into the bottom of a lava lake. Here we go, some more aluminium here. See, good old iron pick, definitely the way to go. We're still using a stone binding at the moment. That will make it, again, cheaper to repair this pick with iron, but I'd like to upgrade that to something better. Maybe an iron binding, maybe a bronze binding once we find some tin. I don't know. I've not decided yet. There are quite a lot of options. So I'm just going to basically bimble around here looking for all the ores. I'm not, you might notice me ignoring the Formcraft crystals, especially the ones close to our portal. I'm just going to let them grow because they will grow and spread for now, and I'm not looking to get into Formcraft, at least just yet. So I'll be better off letting them grow and spread for now. Equally, I'm not going to mine this amber just yet because I don't know of any use for it outside of Formcraft. These are the Formcraft crystals, by the way. There's 6 different types for the 6 primal aspects. Appetite. Yes, we only need that if we're doing forestry. And if you start mining it, you get so much of it. I know to get tin, if I want to get tin, I'll need to go further down. But I'd quite like to get out to the surface, so I don't know. I think this will be a very good time to wrap up. I can hear lava very nearby. I am concerned about what I'm doing right now. Ooh! Ooh, did I manage it? Did I manage to do this without killing myself? Yes! Ooh! Wow, okay, I was really close to lava. But I've done it. I've made it onto the surface. So with that, it is definitely time to wrap up. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.